prophecies. God had already told me some things that would happen, like when I get here, the things that will happen, the things that will not happen. Like I would have ease, I will not struggle, and everything will just go on fine. Before then, true, I skipped some parts. I applied for some school scholarships, and that scholarship is for just one person. I'm sharing this because I want you to also learn something from it. It's not just for sharing sake, but it belongs to only one person. And I also had like a friend applying, and we all both needed the scholarship, but I don't know, I just also wanted to share with her, like, okay, you also apply. If I don't get it, you would get it, one person will get it. So that's what. And then when I was praying about it, it was so complicated to pray for. Like I was like, should I pray that, oh, I'm the one that gets it, or should I pray she gets it? So because of love, I couldn't pray selfish prayer. It was just so hard for me. So instead, I was praying that, God, please, you know how you've planned our testimonies. I know you want to support this person too, and you love this person just as much as you love me. So please give it to who needs it the most. That's just what I had to do. Like, give it to who needs it the most. And that's what happened. He gave it to her, and then I didn't have it, and then I still did not have my money fees. And it was a lot of money. A lot. Like if I paid that, I would have like set no issue at all. So when that came, I started having this. Obviously, the devil will come nada. So wait, is it that God loves her more? Like, what? Do you get that? It's the devil, not me. It's the devil. So, but immediately I answered, and then I was like, nope. That means God is in the building. Like Pastor said, that when God is blessing your neighbor, you should rejoice, because either we bless the person so you can be blessed, or his blessing and then his passing, he will not pass you by. So that's the mindset I had, and I was just like, oh, God is in the building. He did it for her. I prayed and he did it for her. God is too good. He's definitely going to do it for me. Like, I don't know how, but he definitely has a way he wants my testimony to play out, and then I don't have to write it, he has written it. So that's the mindset I had, and then it boosted me so much. That's when I was so sure that my fees would be complete without me struggling. That's when I was sure that God was the one that was going to pay my fees. Literally, that testimony she had encouraged me that God was going to do mine without me more worrying, because he's a good father. He wants, he won't leave me wondering whether he loves me or not. So yeah, I was encouraged, and then I also applied for another scholarship before I left. One Black Heart Foundation. Yeah, I forgot to tell people about that, but Black Heart Foundation is a good scholarship. So I applied for that as I was going, and I was really waiting for it, like for a very long time. They said they were going to respond December. I traveled January. I was mailing them. They said it was not out yet and stuff like that. So shortly before it was time for my second installment, they sent a rejection mail that I was sorry, but you didn't get it. So I was just so down, like, God, I was really hoping for this because it was going to cover everything. But then I got up again. God is good. This did not come. He has a plan. That's what I kept saying. So the second installment has a testimony. The fact that I could convert like a lot of money at the rate I got it before, like pounds, like went up, was really, really helpful for me, because that money sustained me a lot when I got to the UK, and then also helped me like pay like a bit of my fees, even like before my parents like sent someone for me to pay the rest and stuff like that. So God provided for my second installment. The other things he did for me was providing a place for me to stay without any itch, like for me to settle down calmly, because trust me, traveling to another country alone is crazy. This is my first time being on my own, but then God knows me. He had already planned every single thing smoothly. I stayed in a place for free without worrying about rent or food or any single, even clothes, guys, winter clothes, because they were expensive during that time. Like, he provided it for me, like every single thing. Like, I was just always amazed each day because of how good he was treating me. I felt like a queen. So I was not even using my money to, like, do you get? I was using my money to like chill. And then I don't know, he just kept taking care of me and treating me as a queen, because I'm his daughter. So the next thing that happened was, during that period of time, I was already thinking of how to pay my third installment, which was the last one. And then I mailed the school, or rather the school mailed me telling me that, oh, my last installment, like, when would I like to pay? because like my installment plan was a bit messed up. So I was asked like when would I like to pay. So initially I was meant to pay in April, I think April, yeah, April 12th. But then I pushed it, like since they asked me, I said okay. So I held my phone and then I was closing my eyes. I was like, oh, Holy Spirit, what did I put? Like if I pick any date, that's the date. Like I must have my money to pay and every single thing I want. And I was like, okay, mid-May. I didn't even go far. I was like, mid-May, I'll have the money sent. Like the way I sent the mail, as though like someone had already promised me like a check, and then the person actually gave me something. Well, God did. He gave me faith. So I was just too sure that I'll have, like, I don't know how to express how too sure I was that I'll have that money at that moment to pay my fees. Not from my parents, because in that period of time, my mom had to take a break from work, and then I was not moved. Like literally, I wasn't moved because God had already like showed me everything that will happen, and then who I'm meant to trust, not my parents, but him. And then my dad is also retiring, and then do you get like a lot of plans at home, and then there was no way for me to even just look back. And then I also did not want to stress my parents about my fees, so I was not even looking at them at all because I know how much they worry about me. So I was just trusting God absolutely. So time went on, God showed me more favor, more love, his goodness. During that period of time I was job hunting, but it was crazy. I was having rejections after rejections after. I was like, but God, you said so and so everything has been happening smoothly, so what's happening here? Are they attacking me? Well, I knew it was impossible because the power that is in me is greater than anyone in the world. So no, it was just side thought, but you get what I mean. So I just was really down with that whole one, and then I was bothered. But then I started thinking that God definitely has a job for me that he wants. So it felt like I should relax and just stop applying. But then I was not feeling like if I stop applying and to be as if I'm lazy, I'm not doing anything. But really, what's that? Sometimes it doesn't make sense when you're working with God, but you just have to keep trusting him that he is God. So then I just relaxed that God has a job for me, and then I'm just like too sure about it. So fast forward to time to move to Brighton. It was during a class. We were preparing to start practicals, and then I started like wanting so bad to go to Brighton and attend my classes like practical in person, and I was staying about 3 hours away from school, and it was just so impossible for me to be going there every week. To be a lot of money, I'd rather like rent somewhere in Brighton. So I was just like, oh, it's true, I could actually rent somewhere in Brighton. So that's how I started desiring to go to Brighton. So immediately after the class, I went to my bed and I started thinking of how I was going to Brighton, and I was not thinking in a productive way. I was worrying. And then I remember that, oh, I have a father that can sort out everything for me. And then I don't know if I closed my eyes, but I just said it casually, like, God, I really want to move to Brighton. I really, really would love to attend my classes. And then I just told him my desires and how much like I really wanted to. And then that evening, it crossed my mind that, oh, I could put it on like our church group chat, like who stays in Brighton, but I just brushed it away. But that evening, a friend also like encouraged me. So I put it on the group chat that, oh, hi, does anyone stay in Brighton? So my mindset was like, okay, I'll just come and maybe ask and stay for maybe the 4 weeks. And and just go back. So, and then someone was like, oh yeah, stay in Brighton. So I was like, oh, okay, nice. So I went to Brighton that day, and then it was so beautiful. I love the place. I fell in love with it. You'll see a vlog like, about my trip to Brighton. So she messaged me later that, oh, okay, she's not around, that she's sorry I can't see her. But if at any point I want to come and have a sweet meal cooked by someone else, I can never forget like the statement she made that I should feel free to like come in and stuff like that. I have a home in Brighton. My heart just melted because I wasn't going to tell her about it anymore because I just felt it was weird. I just started talking to her and I'm asking you again. And I sent him in that, oh my God, this is so hard for me that I just have to tell you my problem, that I'm actually looking for somewhere to stay. And this is that. And the next thing she was like, oh, my mom has a 4-bedroom in Brighton. I was like, what? Like, nobody's there. Just her and her mom. Oh, sorry, a 3-bedroom. I was like, Jesus Christ, like, God, are you serious? So I was like, oh wow. She was like, she'll tell to her mom and then stuff like that. So when on my way back, I was really anxious, kind of. Then I remember that, oh, you've got started it, you'll finish it. There's no need for me to worry. So I just calmed down, then I left it to God. Like, I just chill with God. So as I got home, she messaged me that, oh, okay, she has spoken to her mom and she said that if I'm for me to come and stay, that I won't stay for 4 weeks, that maybe like I don't need to pay anything, that maybe just water and lights, but if I don't have the money, I should just tell her. And truth be told, that time I really did not have it, so I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't really like actually need help. So, and then she was so welcoming. That's how I moved to Brighton, guys. Like, testimony after testimony. So I moved to Brighton. Her mom was so lovely, so welcoming, and then that's how I became a tenant. Like, the first month I was going to like stay for free because she had agreed to like house me, but then if I get a job in Brighton before the month ends, I can start paying rent. And then the rent was really nice, like so smooth, like so I stayed, and then she introduced me like to someone for a job. And guys, that's how I got a job on a platter of gold, just like that, without me like looking for where to apply as much as I was worrying before. And then that's how God gave me a job, just blessed me like that. The interview went well, and then I got the job. So that's how I started staying in Brighton. I started paying rent, started getting independence, and God was just working. And then close to the time to pay my third installment, I was like, okay, if I can get the school to be patient, I can save enough, like a few months, to be able to pay my fee, but I don't want a loan. So this is that. So I was just like thinking about a lot of things during that time on how to pay it, and I was not going to ask my parents about it. Each time I thought about my fees, I was just like, I know God has settled this. I don't know how, but I just know He has handled it, and I'm not going to worry about it. So I just kept on thanking Him for it. I thank you because my fees is paid. So every time the devil comes like, oh, your fees, I'm like, thank God, it's paid, I'm good. He didn't bring me here to like put me to shame or anything. He's got me sorted out. He doesn't start what He cannot finish. Like my friend used to say, God doesn't do half-baked schemes. If He starts it, He's going to finish it. So yeah, that's what my God is. That He's too good, too good. So that's how I was living my life each day with faith. God was blessing me back to back. So we're close to the moment where I finally fulfilled His word. So, oh God, I've cried a lot because God is good. My friend mentioned GoFundMe to me before I came to UK, and she was like, oh, you should try GoFundMe now. That there was this girl that did it, and then it really worked for her. I was like, she told us that God told her to do it. So you hear God inside it. God knows him to do GoFundMe. He has a plan that He wants to achieve what He wants to achieve. So I should just did my lane. That's what I told her. Let me just did my lane. So I shoved it down. So this time I was in UK, and then it was was it before? Yeah, maybe a Saturday. She told me again. She was like, my best friend actually. She was like, Esther, I try GoFundMe. Like, it really works. You can do it and stuff like that. This was like 1 month to my deadline. Let me just say deadline. And I was like, no, I can't do that. Like, aside like God not telling me to, like, it's just, I mean, this is pride. Like, I was like, no, I can't do that. And no, never ever. Why would I do that? Blah blah blah. Never. I'm not doing it. So she now said, Esther, ask and you shall receive. I was like, I've asked God, He will give it to me. So that's why I told her, and then we just dropped it. She's like, okay, well, it's true. I've spoken to God, and she respected my decision. Then the Sunday came home, Pastor was talking about like church and how God told him that before like he asked, He has already stirred up people's hearts. So like give, so the provision is already made available. So what same thing was ask. And then it was as if that's all I was hearing. Ask. And then it was like, ask man. Because God uses men, right? So I was just like, man, ask man. So GoFundMe dropped into my mind. It was all like shortly, like during service, after service. GoFundMe dropped into my mind, and I was like, God, I can't do it. Esther cannot do it. Esther is not gonna beg anybody. Esther cannot. As I was telling God, we were really having a discussion. Like, I was like, God, I can't do it. Like, what will people think? What about my parents? Like, their reputation? What will people say? And then what else was I thinking? I was not like, oh, then this will also make, like, I'll have to put myself out there, be vulnerable, and then people will also now know, like, my dreams, what I want to do, like the whole movie plan and stuff like that, and then they'll be watching out for me. So the fear of failure, like, everything was just setting in, and then I was just like, God, I can't put myself out there. Like, it's better when they see me when I've succeeded than for me to put myself out there before the time. And then I now pray the prayer when I have conflicts like that. It seems like I'm hearing from God, I just pray. So I was like, okay, God, if truly you want me to do this, take away the thoughts and the obstacles in my mind that is not allowing me to trust and stuff like that. I just take everything away, take the pride, take everything. Take the problems. And then I prayed that prayer. After I prayed, I just like left it for a while, and then it was like I don't know how to describe the process, but it was a miracle. The fact that I could start thinking of the possibilities, and then my faith was being lifted. So it was not looking more like, I like it when I hear from God, how I like check things is, how is this thing, what am I trusting in? Is it my flesh, or it's pushing me to rely on God? And this was pushing me to rely on God first, in the sense like rely on his promises, and then the assignment he has given me, that he has spoken that word to me. So me putting myself out there, me relying on the fact that God will bring to pass that which he has said, even about what he wants me to do. So no matter what might happen in between, the fact that God said this and I'm going to take this step is me taking a step in faith for another faith. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but it's just me basically trusting that God would bring his word to pass, that it is his project, he's going to handle it. So this is just me taking another step towards trusting him. So that was the first light that dropped inside of me, trusting God. It's another phase. So I went on, and then I was like, okay, that makes sense. I'm willing to do it. So after like having the discussion with God, I just felt like, okay, I'm going to do it. Like, God has said it, I'm going to do it. Like, so that Sunday, I took out my laptop, and then I opened a GoFundMe account. I wrote up, like I did the write-up, and then I just put a picture. So I did it, and then I left it, and then I prayed. Like immediately, I didn't tell my parents, I didn't tell my family members, because I knew what they were going to say and stuff like that. So I didn't tell anybody. I only told my roommate, and she was so like I really thought you were clearing your throat, like. There was something drawing me. Yes, I only like told my roommate and then I asked her to help me proofread and like correct stuff. And then she was also like encouraging, like, oh, that's good though. She now asked me something. She was like, Esther, wait, why didn't you start since so? And I said, wait, oh, God just told me to do it now. So it's now I'll start. There's no this. And that we had started since January. Now you would have like finished money. I said, it's God, he'll do what he wants to do. At the end of the day, his name will be glorified. So then I did it, and then I pressed submit, and then I started sharing. I don't know where I got that liver that day, that Sunday, to just be I don't know where it came from, but I just put it out there. Then I told my brother. I didn't get the response immediately. Then I told my mother. Then I told my father. Then everybody in the family heard it, and then I think the first person that spoke to me was my mom. She was like that. Hey, Esther, what did you do? This, that, are you sure? Like, is that what God said I should do? From 100%, I was already, that one dropped me to 80. Next person, one of my brothers called, he was like that, are you sure, like, you could do, like, loans or, like, do something else? Are you sure that's what you want to do? Like, are you sure? 50%. Am I sure God sent me? The last person that called, my dad. My man, so wise, he called me, and then he didn't put his emotions in immediately, but he was trying to like pick my mind to know what I was thinking before doing it, like what was the reason I did it, what was the thoughts behind it and stuff like that, just to know like what I listened to That's where I learned, like, get what I mean. So so he started asking me questions, and then I spoke to him. So he humbled himself, and then he told me that actually he was going to like say, like, based on his feelings, like how he felt about it, but he trusts me. And then if I've said it's God that said I should do it, I should go ahead and do it. And then he prayed for me, and I was like, boom, like the lift came. But I don't think he didn't speak to me the same day like my other family members spoke to me. It was like the next day when I was already like really low, like sloppy, and like I was already feeling like, maybe I'll take this thing off food. I don't want my family members to, like, I was just thinking about everybody and stuff like that. So I was like, maybe I'll take it down. I'm not sure, like, but my dad was just the one like, okay, have faith, and then I'm with you no matter what. I trust you. You've done well so far, and then I trust your decisions. And then he trusts God for me. So he spoke before he knew it. He started like he literally started prophesying, and then he said something which, okay, I skipped this, but it was a confirmation also of what a friend of mine had said, that the money is in the hand of man. When I was sharing my GoFundMe, I wasn't telling people directly to donate. I was telling people to please promote, share. That my sponsor can be on your timeline. That's what I was telling everybody. My sponsor can, because me in my mind I was just, maybe it's just one person or two people that like God has already stirred up their hearts to like give and stuff like that. So yeah, there was a confirmation from my dad, and then also one of my friends too said it. Like, I think he was one of the first people I told, and he was like that. He prayed. He also had like some feelings behind it the first time, but after praying, he spoke with wisdom, and then in line with the spirit and prophesied. That went by, and then my mom came around it, everyone came around it, and then it's like the Holy Spirit just stirred up everyone, and then we were one. The Spirit was one, and then they started encouraging me, praying for me, supporting me from behind, like, and stuff like that. So after like 2-3 days, day 3, after everything, morale still dey drop. When you have faith, it doesn't mean doubts would not come. That's the truth. Doubts will come, but God doesn't take it against you that, oh, you doubted, so I won't do what you want I said I'll do anymore. No, God is a man of his word. Once he has said it, it doesn't go like back to him void. It will happen. And then the moment you had that first faith that you had, it's already enough to see you through the whole time, the whole process. So no matter how many times it crosses your mind that what if this doesn't happen, no matter how many times you feel doubtful, it's a feeling. You just have to correct yourself that God is faithful, literally. So you don't have to start thinking, oh, because I doubted, God will not do it anymore. No. Like Pastor said something about, I think he was not that said something about Abraham, how like his first faith was the moment like he was, that when he was, the Bible said he staggered not. And then I think everyone now thinks like, oh, Abraham did not think twice. If he didn't think twice, how come he got, who was that, his son? Is he Haggai? The person his first son. I mean, because God gave him the promise before. That's enough for God to say, oh, you doubted me, I'm not going to keep my promise anymore. But no, that faith he had that was counted to him as righteousness already, that faith, that first faith, that was enough for the whole trip. And then God brought to pass what he promised. So that's the same thing. So yeah, I had fears, I had doubts, but God is faithful to his word, and through the process he saw me through. I remember vividly like cry one night, like, I shared a video about how I was feeling and the thoughts that started coming to my mind on Instagram, like updates about how scared I was, like what people say that, oh, Esa is doing this, Esa is doing that, and stuff like that, how I was feeling. And then my roommate also suffered it a lot, because I was just going above, like, I was always like this. Yeah, it was looking like I was strong and stuff online, but it was really just God and then the people he put around me, because I was scared sometimes, like, God, Esther, what are you doing? Kept on praying, kept trusting God, and boom, it started going up. I don't know, after 1 week, it was already over 1,000. I can't really remember how it spiked up, but this is not the highlight of the whole rest, and then we can all go to sleep. I remember dancing in the parlor one time when I was feeling down. I just said, oh, Esther, you need to pray, like, stir up yourself. My spirit just like picked it, like, I needed to pray. So I went downstairs, and then I was just singing, dancing, praising God, and literally dancing as though like it had happened, because don't know if you remember what I said in the video when I danced, and then I was just too sure that it is done. Like the evidence, the faith I had was just too, after I'd seen it. That is how I felt that moment. So really sure that God had done it, and then I was just dancing. I was literally happy. I remember she came down that day, and then I was smiling. I was like, "She, God has done it." She was like, I was like, "God has done it." Like she was shocked. Like, are you serious? She thought like, but that's how happy I was as dancing it. After that, I got a message on Instagram in my private message. I hardly like I'm a message person. Talk less about like messages from like people you're not following. So I hardly check them, maybe just once in a while. So that day I saw the message and I just said, okay, let me open. And then I saw someone write to me that I can't remember the beginning of the message, but he was like asking that, oh, if I'm able to raise a certain amount, would I be able to pay the rest? Like, would I be able to like speak to the school to ask them if I can pay an installment and stuff like that? And I said that, oh yeah, that's my backup plan. That if I'm not able to like raise all the money, that I'll just tell the school that, oh, this is what I did. Like, it was really hard for me. They should give me some time for me to pay the rest in installments. So that's what I told him. But I was like, I'm too sure God is going to complete it for me because He said it is going to do it. So I'm sure He's going to do it for me. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. That he just wanted to confirm that I would see a spike soon. That he wants to help in a very significant way. And then I dropped the phone. I was crying. I just started crying. Like I was having goosebumps all over because two feelings: joy and also amazement. Like, God actually said this. Like, not so long ago, I just finished praying and then I'm actually saying it. I was out of my body. I was just so amazed. Like, God, you're so good. And that is how He told me to wait for like the weekend and then I would see it, or like Monday. So I just started thanking God. I was praying like, but I was just trying to stay calm, so I didn't tell anybody. I went to work on Monday. On my way back, I was like, I've not seen any spike. Oh God, how far? So I now remember that, okay, if God started, He's going to finish it. Because I was already praying the prayer of that. Please remind Him. Maybe He has forgotten. Please remind Him. So I now said, no, if God actually started this. I mean, I didn't look for Him, and He's a total stranger. I don't know Him from I don't know Him. I've never seen Him before in my life. So I was like, if God started it, He's going to finish it. So I got home and then I saw the spike. I was like, like, what? I was so shocked. I was like, Jesus Christ, like, wow. That's how the money increased. People kept on contributing. Someone also like, boom, a big way, another person. And then, so, the guy that messaged me again, I can't remember if he messaged me, but yeah, I can't really remember the exact conversation that led to it, but he wanted to do it again. He was like, he doesn't know why he's doing it. Like, this is the first time he's doing it. Go for me. But I was like, I know. It's you, God sent. Like, me, I know why. That's when they pray, no, they shock. Oh, God. Hear my pigeon. Like, my friends insult my pigeon a lot. But, okay, sorry. So, like, that's like he dropped another one. Like, boom. And then it was just remaining, not like 40%. Like, a little bit left, and then people kept on doing and then I was dancing, thanking God, like, God is good. And then another person did the calculation. Like, everyone wants to be anonymous here, but I know this person kept asking if it was still open, so she should be able to contribute. And then voila, boom, she hit it, and that's how this stuff spiked, and it exceeded the my fees. I actually like budgeted also for my project, which is 1/8. Because I was like, okay, God, since I'm asking, let me just, ask for everything like I need to make my first film. So, but he already said he was going to give me more than enough. So I thought it was also the project, but it was actually more than enough, like when it comes to my fees, because it was actually a bit above my fees that I got. And then there was still some money for me to like put aside for my project. So my fees was 6,150, so I had like extra 300 and something pounds to put aside for my film. And who knows, when God blesses something, that would just be more than enough to make the film a hit. So like that's how my phase got complete. And then not only that, during my phase, like during that period of time, God used that medium to also send other people to me to take care of me. Like people were sending me private money, like telling me that, okay, I know you are doing this, but this is not for good for me, use this to take care of yourself. And I was just like, God, you didn't bust my brain. Like, God, you are so good. Like, Jesus. I was so amazed, and I'm still so amazed. Like, I still think about this thing like randomly, and I'm like, God, you actually did this. Like, I'm just so grateful for you people too. Like, people that yielded, like every single one of you, like every single person, people that prayed for me, people that supported me. Like, I was shocked. I'm still shocked, and I'm so grateful because it took a lot of stress from me, because during that period of time I had like 2 assignments. That was also the period of time I was meant to pay my fees. So imagine if I was, I would have passed out. No, for real, because the stress was too much for just an assignment. So imagine also thinking about paying my fees and then thinking about working. But God knows. God loves me so much, and I'm so grateful. Like, thank you guys. Like, really, thank you guys. I remember, and then I pray for you guys. Like, God bless you. You never lack anything. You never lack help when you need it. And then people that are also listening to this, like watching, just so you can be encouraged concerning your next phase. Trust God. He's totally reliable. I'm saying this from I wish I could open my body when I tell people to trust God, because He's real. He's God. He's a caring father. He cares about you more than you care about yourself. Like, literally, His love for you is so deep. So deep. So just learn to rely on Him and breathe. So guys, I'm just going to say a word of prayer. So I pray for every single person watching this video that they are blessed of the Lord. They are blessed beyond measures. You experience God's love, God's blessings, God's goodness all around you. You feel it stronger than ever before. And I know most of the people that watch my channel are people like I want to travel, or like looking forward to like schooling or something, just because of the algorithm. So I pray for you that there is ease first order for you. You are led by the Spirit of God. You know what to do part-time. You're not without hope. You're not without hope. You're not hopeless. God shows up for you, and He surrounds you with His love, His favor, His goodness every single time. You experience the love of God like never before. And then resources are made available for you. You do not lack nothing. You do not lack help. In the name of Jesus. So you are blessed. I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and do not forget to hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment. Like, leave a comment if there's anything you want me to do, like any suggestions you have or questions you have, and I would answer. I'll also try to leave my Instagram, because people always like asking what my Instagram is so that they can DM me. So, but that's it, guys. Love you. Bye. Jesus. I hope you guys enjoyed that blooper.